But hi, I'm Justin P. Bechtold. Let's fix this mic up. And, it's very red up here. I feel like a tiny gynecologist. In front of some big giant red curtains, like, hey, everything's okay, Mrs. Johnson. Okay, just relax. I am a professional window dresser, and these curtains look fabulous on you. So just take a deep breath. I'm coming in. So Friday the 13th, huh? Yeah. Wow, thanks for coming out on Friday the 13th, huh? Boogity boogity boogity. Scary. Well, not that boogity 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 is scary. You know, you never see any horror movies where the killer jumps out in the middle with a knife and goes, ah, boogity boogity boogity. You don't see that, do you? But scary nonetheless. Much like stand-up comedy. Very scary. Yes. But Friday the 13th, the video, the horror movie, the movie. You seen it?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that was like the scariest thing I ever saw when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Right? You know, Jason Voorhees, the hockey mask, all that kind of thing. Especially at the end of the film, when you think Jason's dead, but then he jumps out of the lake at the end like, roar! And you're like, oh my God, that's the scariest thing I've ever seen! Till I stayed at my nana's. My God, seeing your nana first thing in the morning with no teeth and her hair everywhere, you're like, oh my God! Kill it! Although I guess in hindsight, when I think back, I probably could have handled that situation a little better. And maybe a little friendly, hey nana. Clearly the chainsaw through her upper torso. Little overzealous. But freaked my grandpa out. Apparently I didn't finish the edges properly. Anyway, you live and learn. Except for her, she died. But I lived and I learned from it. So therein lies the tale. So what doesn't kill you only maims you. So, Friday the 13th, which means tomorrow, the 14th, is my 6-month wedding anniversary. Yes. Oh, thank you. That's right. 6 months ago, my wife and I, we went to Los Angeles and we got married in Las Vegas. Vegas, baby. That's a really great place to get married. But it's also a little bit weird because I always thought that when you got married, guys would stop hitting on your wife, but they don't. And in Vegas, they're not afraid to just walk straight on up and ask you right in front of you like you're not even there. So it's kind of like, well, hey there, little lady. If your man ain't doing it for you, you just let me know and I'll show you what a real man can do. And you're like, well, listen, look, I'm sure she appreciates the offer, but if you could just finish pronouncing us man and wife, that'd be great. Thank you, Father. It's true, men are so brazen in the US, right? They don't even care if your wife is married or not. It's like you'll be at a club in Los Angeles, you'll have Latino guys like Alejandro, they just come swooping on in, you'll be like this. Hey man, mind if I dance with your wife? You're like, yo man, she's not an envelope, okay? More on the neck, less on the nipple, okay? There you go. Oh, thank you.
My next trick.
String. So health warnings. You got to be careful nowadays. Health warnings on everything. You notice those? Cigarettes, they have warning, may cause lung cancer. Cough medicine, warning, may cause drowsiness. Or even condoms nowadays. You see those? Warning, may contain traces of nuts. But my wife and I, we're trying to get pregnant at the moment, and we're both in our mid-30s, so we're at that age where neither of us has kids, so we don't know whether it's even possible for us to still have them or not. So we're having tests done and been giving semen samples. Yeah, a lot of fun in that. You ever play that game where you put a hat in the middle of the room, you flick playing cards into it, like... Yeah, it's pretty much like that, only naked. But, what bugs me about having to give a semen sample is that you don't know how much is enough. So, it's true, the problem is, they give you a cup to do your business into, right? Right? Not a thimble, right? Not a shot glass, right? But a cup. Right? And they don't tell you how much to put in it, so you're looking at it like, am I supposed to fill that? This is how much time you got. Jesus. What do you want, a halfway, medium? I don't know. Dribble in the bottom? I don't know. There's no indicators here. All I'm asking for is a texter. Just draw a line and I'll be happy with that. Right, and then if that's not embarrassing enough, right, that they give you a cup to go into, nowadays they put the cup inside a big plastic bag. And there's writing on the front, in big glow-in-the-dark letters, that says, biohazard. As if giving your semen to a complete stranger isn't embarrassing enough, right? You now have the added complex of walking into a hospital carrying your own biohazard. Hey! What are you in for? Shotgun wound? Pregnancy? I've got biohazard here! Move aside! Step aside! Nobody touch it! I got biohazard here! But of course, you give your sample and you're still going to get checked out. Make sure all the gear's in working order. And one thing you never want to happen when another man is examining your testicles is you never want him to pause. It's like, Doc, I noticed you have your hand on my testes and you're pausing. That can mean only one of two things. Either you found a problem, or you're having a moment. Either of which I'm completely uncomfortable with. Cut it out. So now you're wondering, you're walking around with your biohazard and you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, what does that mean? Next time I masturbate, what, I've got to put out witches' hats, cordon off the area, get up roadblocks, calling the military. Seems like an awful lot of problems and a lot of trouble just for a wank. You're like, sorry honey, but these condoms are just not safe anymore. From now on we've got to wear these roll-on radiation suits. Houston, we have a problem. Do we have any more radiation suits? Or some napkins? But then of course he has to examine you. So he's like, okay, off with the pants, on the table. He's grabbing things, feeling around, throwing things over his shoulder. He's like pointing things out. It's like, feel that ropey bit there? That's what this is. This bit here, if you pull it out, you stretch it, it'll go for like 2 kilometers. It's all very interesting. You're like, wow, this is great. Then you hear a voice behind you that sounds like death to your ears. You hear this. The doctor will see you now. And who the hell is this guy? They're like, I don't know, but he's freaking me and everyone else out in the waiting room. So pull up your pants and take it inside, mister! Okay, but just before I go, I just want to remind you, hey, do you remember those urban legends? The one about the guy and the girl, they're in the car, they hear a noise, the guy goes and investigates, and he's been gone a while, the girl panics, and she starts hearing a thump on the roof of the car, so she pops her head out, has a look, and there on the roof of the car is a serial killer with a severed head of her boyfriend banging on the roof of the car like... I've got nothing funny to say about that. Just want to leave you with that image as you drive home tonight. On Friday the 13th. Boogity, boogity.